Hello everyone. Today we're going to discuss how to create custom FOB template files for the ArmA 3 mission KP Liberation. This tutorial is going to assume a few things, which we'll go through right now. It assumes that you are already comfortable with how to unpack the KP Liberation PBO file. With KP Liberation, to create a custom version for yourself, you do not have to clone the Git repo. All of the assets required for you to create your own custom KP Liberation missions are contained within every official KP Liberation PBO file. We're also going to assume that you are familiar with how OP4 presets work within the KP Liberation config SQF. And we're going to assume that you are not using condition 12 or condition 1. Either of those presets would cause the mission to look for its FOB presets in different folders from the one we're going to use for this tutorial. The first thing we're going to want to take a look at is the export template script. If we go to our KP Liberation mission files, go to scripts, FOB templates, the export template SQF is located here. Now I prefer to use Notepad++ when editing any ArmA script files. The export template SQF provides us some general instructions on how to use this file. Place the file in the Eden mission folder where you want to build your FOB templates. Easy enough. That means we're going to launch ArmA, create a new mission within the editor, save it so that it creates a mission folder, and then place this file, or preferably a copy of it, into that folder. After building your FOB in Eden, place down a center object in the middle of the FOB. We'll get to that here in a bit. The same with the scripting and where to find the output of the file. In the short, what this file does is it reads all of the information about objects within a certain radius of the center of a FOB and adds them to arrays. If we go take a look at one of the existing FOB template files, you'll see it is just a collection of arrays. 1, 2, 3, 4. An array is just programming jargon for a collection of items and information about that item. This array is just basic objects, walls, buildings, flags. We won't worry about that. I'm not sure why that one's there. This array is objectives. These are things that are within the FOB that have to be destroyed to complete the objective. So fuel trucks, ammo trucks. This here is an array of defenders. So these are OP4 assets like heavy gunners, marksmen, sentry, that will be spawned to defend the FOB. The reason I was confused about why this line is here is the fact that this is an OP4 MRAP, which is an OP4 vehicle. I would have expected to see this line, this object, stored within this array. Seeing as this is a template file directly from the mission author, I'm sure there's a reason for this to be here. so we'll just not worry about that too much. So as you can see over here, I have already launched ArmA into the editor. It does not matter what map you use. I prefer to use virtual reality because some map objects may actually be detected by the export template and be errantly added to your arrays. If you're using virtual reality, you don't have to worry about that. So I have gone ahead and placed a composition from the Steam Workshop. This nice bunker here. But I'm concerned about this. This might actually be too complicated for it. So let's not use that. Let's just get a standard little op4 camp like so. Nice and simple. Obviously, you can build your own custom FOBs. You don't have to use a composition. You can build out your own objects as you please. But now we have walls and stuff for the FOB. Let's pick out where we want some bad guys. It doesn't actually matter if you use the faction that you're going to be fighting in Liberation or not. All you need are units that will be placeholders for their actual position on the map. And we can put a couple objectives, like a fuel truck and an ammo truck that need to be destroyed to win this FOB objective. Now, for the instructions in the export template, oh, I need to back up. Let's save this. So now that we saved that, it'll have created a mission file. So after building your FOB in Eden, place down a center object in the middle of your FOB. I recommend a small clutter cutter object. So if we go ahead and look, that's not, I think they're actually called grass cutters. There we are. Land underscore clutter cutter underscore small underscore F. So it is grass cutter small. We'll take that, we'll place it in the middle of the FOB. And we need to make sure that the area of our FOB does not exceed 35 meters. I'm pretty sure it does not, but I would like to be extra sure. So I'm going to take a trigger, place a trigger on that grass cutter, give it a radius of 35. All right, everything is within. Very good. So let's delete that trigger. Now, if we double click on this grass cutter, open it up, in the init field of the center object, add underscore equal this exec VM export template SQF. What this is going to do is when the mission is launched, it is going to execute this script file. When it executes the script file, all of this will happen. And it will write the output to our report file or RPT file. So now that that's done, let's go ahead and copy the export template. Go to our My Documents, ArmA 3, MP missions, and find tutorial. Interesting. You guys saw me save that mission, right? Ah, we saved it in the wrong folder. So let's go ahead and save it in MP missions tutorial FOB template. We will not binarize. I'm refreshing. There it is. Now we have pasted a copy of the export file into the mission folder. So if we, let's go ahead and make this guy not a player. So now we have no players, just in case that messes anything up. Play in single player. All right. Obviously nothing happens really because there's no player character or playable character, which means we're just in the spectator camera. But all of the information for this FOB should now be stored in our report file. To find your RPT files, you can open up a file explorer and navigate to percentage local app data percentage / ArmA space 3. If we sort by date modified, we see that this here is the most recent. If we open that in Notepad++ and start scrolling down, nothing looks important here. This is all just the mission running. There, this looks familiar, doesn't it? FOB export start and our 1, 2, 3, 4 arrays plus this last line that is stored there. It is just the collection of the name of the arrays. So let's take all of this between start and end and copy it. Control C to copy. And then let's go back to our KP Liberation mission files. Go to scripts, FOB templates, default, new. We can do text document, but we're going to change it. We'll do cus template 1 for custom template 1. And that needs to be .sqf. Yes, I wish to change it. Open that up in Notepad++ and paste Control V to paste the information from our RTP file. Obviously, we do not want these timestamps here. If we highlight those timestamps in Notepad++ and do Control F, we can replace all instances of this with nothing. Replace all. And they're gone. But that's empty. Yes, it exports everything into the objects array. If you look here, we have class names for all of these objective vehicles. We have objective vehicles here, but they're not what we want. They're a very specific vehicle, and we want the ones that are used in our OP4 preset. So if we go back to KP Liberation, Mission 4, go to Presets, OP4, and this is Altus. So let's use the AAF. Go ahead and open up the AAF list. And you'll see here, enemy vehicles used by secondary objectives. We know we need a fuel truck and an ammo truck. So we can do OP4 fuel truck. Yep, there's a fuel truck. Let's go ahead and take that out of there. Control X, Control V to paste it in here. And we will replace the class name of that vehicle with the OP4 fuel truck designation from the preset file. We will do the same with the ammo truck. Now, I will take a moment here to defend myself, because I'm sure some of you out there are wondering, why are you taking the time to open this file and copy and paste these into this template when you already know that this is what it is? No matter what the preset is, you could just type it in. I've done enough programming in my life to know if I was going to type OP4 underscore fuel underscore truck, I'm going to mess something up. Something's going to be wrong. If you just copy something every single time, you know it's correct. Alright, so up here, that's all of our objectives gone from this array. Let's go ahead and delete these couple of spaces. And then we can come down here and look at the defenders array. Again, this is using class names for enemy types that we do not want to use. So let's go to AAF. Actually, let's go back here first. We need Soldier A. They're probably all just riflemen. So we can go up here and we could say, okay, we want a squad leader. We want this one to be the squad leader. We want a rifleman. We want this guy to be the rifleman. We'll take a machine gunner. That guy to be the machine gunner. And we need a medic to take care of our guys. So we'll make this guy the medic. So it looks till now like we have a complete template file, but I spent many hours fighting with a problem that I think a lot of you in the Discord have had. If you loaded this template file up right now, it would not work. It would say generating FOB, then it would immediately say FOB destroyed and complete the objective. If you're running it in debug mode, you would get a lot of scripting errors about things being null. That is because of this right here, this, and this. The last object of an array cannot have a comma at the end. So that looks correct to me. So let's go ahead and save this. And now we know in KP Liberation Altus, scripts, FOB templates default, we have custom template 1. But there's 10 other templates, and we want to test this one. If we were to run the mission and randomly create FOB hunt missions, it would take thousands of attempts potentially to get the right FOB. So if we go back and we go to scripts, server, init server SQF. When you open that up, Control F and find FOB. Keep going down. All right, select FOB templates. Switch KP Liberation preset opt4 do. Case 1, case 12, or default. Case 1 is if you are using the Apex opt4 preset in the Liberation config. Case 12 is if you're using the unsung opt4 preset in the KP Liberation config. Default is anything other than case 1 or case 12. So that's us. If the case is default, KP lib FOB templates equals all of the template files in the default folder. We created this one just now, so it's obviously not on this list. Let's go ahead and copy this last line, paste it in, and update it to cus template 1.sqf. Now we do not want any of these other templates to be loaded because we want to test our custom one. So let's just go ahead and delete them out and Control S to save the init server SQF file. Now, assuming I've done everything right, which is questionable, when we run the mission, we should be able to test this template. KP Liberation Altus. Play in multiplayer. I'm not going to be a platoon leader because that breaks my ability to use Zeus. I do not think I need to adjust any parameters. Actually, we will start the campaign with the first FOB already built, because I believe this will be a brand new mission. I don't think I have a save file. Just kidding, I do have a save file.
Be advised, support units are now on standby. Out.
All right, so secondary objectives, FOB hunting. Oh, I don't have enough intel. Okay, we're back. Now I can run this and give us some more intel points. Secondary objective, FOB hunting, start. FOB's been created. Doesn't say it's been destroyed, that's a good sign. I will go ahead and create a Zeus for myself, and we will go find out where this FOB is at. It's down here. Still got a ways to go. I viewed distance is set lower than usual for some reason. All right, where's our FOB? Let's go ahead and drop. Ah, my cursor's off. Look at that. There's our FOB. Tents, fire, bad guys, AAF as they're supposed to be. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. A field truck and an ammo truck. These guys are a squad that was spawned to patrol around the FOB. They are not actually part of the template. They always just appear. Now to test and make sure we have the victory condition set, let's murder us a couple trucks. Hostile FOB destroyed. Ladies and gentlemen, our custom FOB works. I want to thank you all for listening. I don't often do tutorials like this, but I enjoyed it. And I hope you learned something, even though I ramble on incessantly. Have a good day, everybody. See you again soon.